right, we're here with Cory Buchs, the PTx Senior Director of Digital Farming Solutions. I was at the presentation earlier this morning. You guys did a great job. At a high level, talk about what a farming management information system is, and then specifically tell people what FarmENGAGE is.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and it's great to be here. So FMIS, that's the term that people like to use in the market or in the industry. And the challenge with that term is it means something different to each person you talk to. The way I like to think of it is I like to bucket the functionality we deliver in kind of three different areas. One being tools to help farmers manage their business, so the dollars and cents of farming. Another being the tools that the farmer uses to manage their crops, their health, their soil health. That's the more agronomic space. And the third is really where we're focused, is this operations space. So managing the day-to-day operation of farming. And that's where we, as an equipment company and as a precision ag company with PTx, that's where we have the best opportunity to provide value to the farmer. And so that's where we're focused with FarmENGAGE.
That central operations is really interesting because you describe FarmENGAGE as a kind of a management hub. Was that kind of the vision behind it?
Yeah. Really, when we look at the market and we look at the challenges farmers have, I think there's a strong recognition that there's an opportunity to adopt this type of tool. So a lot of farmers really run their farm from a notebook and their cell phone, texting throughout the day, trying to run around USB sticks and things of that nature. There's a recognition that connectivity and having a platform to run their farm on it provides a lot of value, but achieving that is very difficult. Mostly because of the compatibility challenges farmers have. So most farmers don't have all of the same brand of equipment, and they also don't have the latest model or the latest year of that equipment. They have many different ages and many different brands. And so our vision was to deliver a platform that was more accessible to farmers and more deployable on farms that have a mixed fleet.
Yeah, you guys work across the different brands and make it accessible, make it easier. I'd imagine that's really important to convert somebody who's working on that piece of notebook paper to a digital platform.
Yeah, absolutely. I think most farmers, while they have things on notebook papers, they also know they have data. They have data really on many of their different machines within their fleet. And one of the things we find is that farmers aren't getting the most out of their equipment or their precision ag equipment or technologies because they really aren't setting things up correctly or consistently from job to job across the fleet. And so that's what we're trying to solve with FarmENGAGE.
One of the things you talked about at the presentations this morning was this ability to send work orders through FarmENGAGE. Can you talk about that and why that's important?
Yeah, absolutely. So similar story where a lot of farmers are running their day-to-day operations with a cell phone. They're often delivering a plan or sharing a plan with their operators for the day. Most operators might be working in 3 or 4 fields for a day, and they have different data that they need, whether it be boundaries, guidance lines, or variable rate prescriptions to complete their job. We also have operators who have different skill levels when it comes to configuring the machine. And so what happens quite often is machines aren't configured quite right for the job, or maybe they don't have the data they need for the job, so they make something up on the fly, or maybe they just don't use a variable rate prescription and apply a flat rate because they forgot the file. And so with work orders, we give the farm manager the ability to create the plan for the day for the farm and deploy that plan to all machines on the farm. When they deploy the plan includes not only the instructions, so what product needs to be applied where and at what rate, but also the accompanying data that's required to actually configure the machine correctly for the job. And so really work orders solves a few problems. One, takes the complexity out of the operator's hands, so the operator doesn't have to worry about configuring the machine. The work order configures it for them. 2, it ensures the operator doesn't make mistakes, isn't working in the wrong field, which happens from time to time, or applying the wrong rate. And then 3, it ensures that accurate data is being collected. So as we move forward in the years with more and more advanced technology, but also more regulations, having accurate data of what you did in the field is very important. And a work order will help you achieve that because you know the system was set up correctly.
Yeah, digitally transforming, using these work orders, I would imagine farmers face a hard enough job. To be more efficient is really important, including resource management. I would imagine this helps them be more efficient with the resources, the inputs, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. Knowing, being more purposeful with what you're applying and where. I think many operators are really just focused on the task at hand and ensuring that that you're applying the rate that you intended and that the machine's configured correctly is definitely key for input savings as well.
One thing you've talked about is how FarmENGAGE works with third-party APIs. How would you describe to like the layperson, just a farmer, like average person doesn't know what an API is? What does that mean to be integrated with APIs?
Absolutely. When we talk about APIs, we're really talking to two different groups of people. One is the farmer, of course, but the farmer is not who directly benefits from the APIs. Second is third-party software providers. So other companies that provide solutions that, if paired with our solution, so if connected or integrated with FarmENGAGE, could deliver more value to the farmer, typically through sharing of data or streamlining of workflows, just so things work together better. And so the APIs are the method that those third parties can use to integrate with our platform. The farmer gets the benefit once those connections are made, once those integrations are done. So with FarmENGAGE, when we say we have a leading suite of APIs, which is absolutely a huge benefit of FarmENGAGE, we're really saying, hey, third-party software providers, come integrate with us. Let's create an ideal solution for the farmer together so that we can jointly approach the farmer with a better solution.
You talked about the importance of data, and the thing with data is oftentimes you need to get it up and down to the cloud. And oftentimes when you're in the middle of a field, the connectivity is not great. You guys are offering a Starlink connectivity option, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We sell our products all over the world. In Europe, connectivity is usually not a problem from a cell perspective. In North America, we have regions where connectivity is strong and regions where it's not. In South America, we have a lot of connectivity challenges, and Starlink satellite-delivered connectivity is a way to solve that. It's a bit more expensive than a cellular modem, but when a farmer needs connectivity, it's a great option to ensure that you have it. And in this day and age, many solutions require connectivity. And so it's a great coverage stopgap for those situations.
This morning, the investor meeting, just throughout, as I've been walking through the ACA booth, there's been a lot of talk about putting farmers first. How does FarmENGAGE make the farmer first, or put the farmer first?
Good question. So as I mentioned at the beginning, farmers recognize there's an opportunity. There's a potential for a return on investment with technology adoption. But it's very challenging, often financially and practically, for a farmer to deploy that technology across their fleet, especially when they have to buy new equipment. And so FarmENGAGE is really trying to make it easier to connect your operation and get into a more of a digital operations management with your existing fleet. So we feel that we're making the solution more accessible to the farmer, which ultimately should help get more farmers on board and help farmers earn back that ROI sooner.
Okay, well, Cory Buchs, thank you for spending time with me. Tell me a little bit about what you're building. Appreciate it.
Yep, no problem.
Great.